Hello there, Instant. Welcome back to this Let's Play of the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. So one thing that I just noticed was changed in 1.01 is that Isaac now remembers the screen size, or rather the window size of your game, which is super useful. All the other times I've been like stretching it around to make sure it fits with my recording software. No longer necessary. Let's do an ordinary one. Let's play as Cain, because I don't think we played as Cain before, have we? No, let's do Magdalene, because then I can always check if we actually played as Cain. I don't think we did. Yeah. Play as Judas. So we essentially unlocked everybody except Samson, who I think might be bugged, but maybe he's not actually. Yeah, it seems like that's pretty much it. So let's go as Maggie, who is very slow, has like a little bit subpar attack power if I remember correctly, but has a ton of health, so she's like super tanky. And starts with Yum Heart, and Yum Heart is a super good item. Well, it's a pretty decent item. It allows you to, every 4 rooms, just spawn a red heart. Or rather, like, get one more red heart than you already have. So this thing I think we had before. No, Thunder Thighs. HP up, speed down. And then you feel stompy. I actually saw this on Northern Line show. It allows us to break rocks, which is pretty damn useful actually, even more useful than you would think. So we are super slow, but now we're also in the Devil Room. That was a little strange, a little bit sad not to have a an actual deal here since we have so much health. Here's Goathead. He accepts your offering. I think he maybe spawns more Devil Rooms later on, which would be fantastic. Then we get some Spectrum Spiders and some Troll Bombs. So lots of stuff happening super fast right here. We really need some speed somehow. We can also walk over poop if we want to for some reason. So it does give us some extra movability, the fact that we can like walk over rocks. It also means that I don't need to worry too much about whether or not I can find... This is a scary room, actually. Whether or not I find secret or marked rocks or not, because I can just always walk over all the rocks, and then I don't actually need to think about it. Although that is gonna take quite a while if I'm as slow as I am right now. So let's just check out the rest of the floor. This room. So slow. Yeah. I guess in some situations you can kill this guy without actually setting him free. No reason to go to our shop, I think, and we cannot check for the secret room because we have too little, or we have no bombs. Any tinted rocks there? I don't think so. So let's just see who our boss is. Larry Jr. Should be pretty simple. So you should of course be aware that if you walk over rocks with bombs in them, excuse me, then they explode, and then you take damage. But yeah, we can essentially create our own playing ground right now having this item. So it's probably not like a game changer. It's not like getting a bunch of damage ups and health ups, but it's definitely very interesting, and those are some other run-defining items. I mean, you can always get damage up and health up. That's kind of basic stuff. It's somehow more fun to just get items to do something crazy like this one does. So this is a Magic 8 Ball shot speed up. Not exactly all that useful. Also gives us a tarot card, which is Temperance, which spawns a blood donation machine. That can be pretty useful. Anything else we want to do? No. Might as well pick this up and move on. Get some coffee. As we move on. Yeah, here I can make this room a lot simpler for myself. No tinted rocks as far as I can tell. We cannot walk over these iron thingies. Oh, pots contain spiders. That's interesting. So we should of course use a Yum Heart whenever it makes sense. I'm not gonna do it right now because I'm only missing half a heart, but if I took damage again I would probably would. Means that we're gonna lower our chances with a Devil Room, or for a Devil Room, but then on the other hand, I think the goat item that we got perhaps makes it better. So I'm not sure if they're always spiders. It would seem like it. Oh, okay, not always spiders, so there is definitely a point in destroying all those pots as well. So that is something I will be doing. So maybe if you could get some kind of shielding, blowing up those bomb rocks could provide with some extra layer strategy in some cases. So what else do we get in here? Holy Mantle, Holy Shield. Well, speak of the devil. I'm not actually sure how this works, but it seems like the few times we had it before, often I would end up not taking damage when I should have been taking damage. So it seems super useful. I just don't know the exact details of how to actually use it. Also it changes the lighting a little bit. Get away. So even though I'm kind of slow, it hasn't been too detrimental so far. I'm not gonna pick up the soul heart yet. Let's check out the rest of the floor. The more soul hearts we have, the more useless Yum Heart becomes. I'm getting a little bit of a cold actually as... oh, Mr. Mega spawned. Probably from destroying Tinted Rocks, if I had to guess. Oh, thank you for that, Wrath. I'm getting a little bit of a cold, as you can tell my voice might sound a little bit different, and if it does, that is the reason for it. Could you come out here? Of course, Wrath is heavily inspired by the old Bomberman games. Some of the most fun party games ever to be created. We can force him to blow himself up. Also, good Bomberman strategy, which works fine just here. So I don't know if there's like an achievement for actually destroying rocks. I think there might be, but I think we already unlocked that one, didn't we? I think so. So secret room, it's a bunch of money. So now we cannot actually go to our shop because we don't have any keys. But if we had any keys, then it would have been worth it. Whoops. Cannot go in there either. It could be that there's the top secret room next to the shop somehow, and that we can bomb our way into it, but that seems like would be probably a waste of a bomb to check for. Dingle, who we know and love, seems to be a part of every single run that we do, which is good because then it offers me a chance to actually get used to that boss. Oh, actually I was shielded there maybe, because I thought that I would have taken an entire heart of damage, but in fact I had only taken 0 hearts of damage, I think. So that's why I popped Yum Heart, because I thought I was 1 heart low, but I guess I'm not. So we're probably not gonna see a devil room on this floor if I had to guess. Oh, those shots. I'm taking way too much thumb damage. I really do not like Dingle, in particular when we're so slow. That makes me even more difficult. Let's get away. Yeah, that was gonna be tricky. We get some health back, and we have Yum Heart, so just losing red hearts is not too much of a problem. That's a magic mushroom. All stats up, so that provides us... It should provide us... Well, we're bigger now. It also gives us some extra health. We have full health, actually, which is useful. And I think also extra attack power. Our tears seem bigger. Shot speed seems about the same. Tears might also be a little bit bigger. So that's a fantastic item, definitely. As is coffee. Let's go into the devil room. Oh, Brimstone. I'll probably pick that up. Brimstone Blood Laser Barrage. So, yeah, super useful. Infinite range, piercing shots, high damage, a little bit slow firing, but that's okay. That contains spectral spiders. I'm not sure who this is. Rotten Baby, Infested Friend. He doesn't seem to do anything. Does he? I don't see him doing anything. That's a little strange. And maybe we'll find out later what he actually does. So we're down to 3 hearts, but I am going a little bit heavy on these devil rooms just because I want to find out what all the items do to make some more like thought through, be able to think through things through a little bit more in the future. So we can also charge brimstone before going into a room, which we generally want to do. And here I should really look aggressively for mark drugs because they're so tricky to actually find. Whoops, scary room. Oh, okay, so we have flies. Did we have that fly from the previous floor? Is the question. So I wonder if that has something to do with infested baby, that maybe he spits out flies. So maybe I should actually lose this fly on purpose. This is sort of like the magnet, but not. Strange attractor, magnetic tears. That probably does nothing because I have brimstone. So of course, since we know now that mushrooms spawn pills, I could walk over them. But the thing is, sometimes they deal damage to you, so... But we have this holy shield, so maybe that's a good excuse to find out how that actually works. But only if I end up losing this soul heart that I have. So that's gonna be next level tactics right there. That was easy. Dealing a lot of damage, and in particular being able to hit all parts of this guy's body at once. Very useful. So let's get rid of the fly. Yeah, he definitely spits out flies. Maybe it's so that we always have one fly. That's pretty useful, in particular if fly damage scales with my damage. Because I think brimstone comes with kind of a built-in damage up. And if so, well, that's super good for the flies as well. This is... I think we had this thing before. That's the one that allows us to carry more... No, fanny bag filled with goodies. I'm pretty sure we had it before, but I'm not actually sure what it does. I'm not gonna play with the donation machine yet. These guys are annoying. And as you can tell, Yumheart is essentially worthless at this point. Oh, okay, so the card text actually changes when we look at the map. May you be pure in heart. Makes it probably easier to remember what the cards actually do if you don't know them all. I'm gonna check for the rest of the floor first before I go to the boss. There's no good reason, excuse me, to do so. We could use our soul heart to go into the curse room. Maybe I want to do that. Yeah, that makes sense, because then I could farm a little bit more actively at those mushrooms from before. I'm not sure if that's a viable strategy at all, but again, Holy Shield seems to do something. Puberty doesn't do anything. Health down, that's super bad. So again, we did not take any damage. I don't know what Holy Shield actually does. It seems super good though. Now I actually... Okay, let's see what happens when we walk on the mushrooms. We get a pill first of all. Range down, doesn't do anything. We get a pill. Bad gas. This way we can learn the effects of all of our pills immediately, which is kind of good. Okay, so that did not actually deal damage to us. Oh, but we lost our shield. Notice that we have no shield around us anymore. This is ridiculous. Maybe that means that the first damage we take on every single room just tears down. That's bad. Our pills are horrible. That means that the first damage we take on every room gets cancelled. If so, that's extremely useful, for instance, for farming mushrooms, as I just did. But probably also, it's probably useful on blood donation machines. That's something I would have to check during this run, just because I have this blood donation machine with me, in form of the Temperance card. But first of all, we need to survive against Gertie Jr. The tears down pill we got is kind of bad. Okay, our shots, we got those magnetic tears thing. I'm not sure what that does, but it certainly does something. Or maybe that's just how Brimstone works now. In the original, it would just always fire a straight line, but now that we move, it apparently doesn't. So what do we have in this little room? Ghost Baby It's like a familiar. Then we have the Pact, which gives us damage up, maybe also either tears up, or I think it's tears up, and it gives us a single soul heart if I remember correctly. And this last thing here, what's it called again? I forget what it's called exactly, but it allows us to fly. So all of these are pretty good. If I had to pick one, it would be the Pact. But do I want to go so aggressively is the question, because I don't have a lot of health. So I think I'll actually be a bit of a pushy and then pass. Coffee. So later we'll see if that was a bad decision or not. Somehow the base damage on these brimstone shots is so good. Spirit of the Night, it's called, the flying item that I didn't pick, the one on the right. Somehow our base damage is so good that it doesn't matter too much if we lose out on a single damage upgrade. Paralysis, don't know what that does. Speed down. Oh, that's bad. Why are our pills so bad? At least we can farm these. Health down. Oh, why? Okay. There was an arcade there, right? I think, yeah, that's an arcade. So we can go into the boss challenge room if we want to. And we probably do. And if so, we should do so before we lose the soul heart. So I'll actually do that immediately, even though it requires a little bit of backtracking. Also because I have the Yum heart ready, so I can kind of go in there with 3 health, which should be enough to deal with whatever is there. Oh, I didn't actually want to donate there. No! Okay, that's alright actually. There's the IV bag, so we actually can continue to farm a little bit. Gotta say, a ton of money. I'm not gonna pick up that red heart yet. I'll probably come back for it though. So we can go in here, not take damage because we have the Holy Shield. We can use our Yum heart, and then we can see whatever is in this room. So... Oh wait, I was expecting this to be a boss trap room. I'm an idiot actually. Oh, that was dumb. I'm not sure what I was expecting there. No, I cannot actually go into the boss trap room. I swapped the 2 rooms around. But when our Yum heart has charged again, that's what I'm gonna do. So it's gonna require a little bit of backtracking, but it's not gonna be too bad. Worst thing is that we're so slow though. I think we had this before as well. What does it do? Magic Fingers, pay to play. Yeah, that's the one that deals damage to enemies in a room, but it costs money, so not all that good. I might come back for the soul heart if I end up with a more money than I know what to do with. There's our item room. It might seem like I'm taking these rooms in a sort of arbitrary like order at the moment, and yeah, I have no explanation. The tears down pill that I got is so bad, firing so slowly. So this is Bob's Rotten Head. It allows us to fire bombs at our own disposal. It's sort of like Bob's Brain, but you get how to decide how to use it, but you can only use it every 3 rooms. So probably, I think Yum heart is gonna be better for us. Yeah, in particular now. The thing about Bob's Brain is that, or sorry, Bob's Rotten Head is that you can use it to like check for secret rooms for free, because it doesn't use a bomb when you fire it. So that's of course pretty good. But now we have enough bombs to not really have to worry about that stuff. So we'll come back down here. Apparently donate a little bit. Now it's jammed, that's alright. Use the IV bag a few times. The first one was not free. That would... Was it? I don't think it was. No, it's not free. That would be super easy to exploit then. So, yeah. Time for the brilliant scheme here. Now we can go in here. Now we can use Yum heart. And now we can actually not do anything because that's a golden chest. But the plan was pretty good, you have to admit. So, yeah. I guess there is no reason to pick up the red hearts. You should probably just wait around, make optimal use out of Yum heart, but whatever. So, a bunch of mushrooms. If we had just had one good pill in this game, which it seems like we don't. We don't know what this does yet. Are you a wizard? I still don't actually understand what that pill is. It makes me glow a little bit, maybe? That's what it does? Is this health down, right? Yeah. But just look at the potential here. If our pills had been good, if one of those was like a health up, so much good stuff would have come out of this. But nope. That's not how this game is like. And so Infected Baby is definitely helping us out quite a bit here. And we can get to that tarot card for free. So I'm really digging this being able to walk over rocks. Hierophant is good. It gives us 2 soul hearts. So I'll come back for those in a second. It's been a pretty long floor, and I haven't actually achieved all that much on the floor. It's just a little annoying. But sometimes that's how this game is. So definitely Infected Baby is doing some good work here, it seems. Essentially hitting Gertie all the time. So do some circular dodging just because he shoots in those fixed circular patterns. Almost got hit there. I'm way too slow. I could really use a speed upgrade at the moment. Dodging is becoming so tricky. Splunker boy! So that means that we didn't take any damage here on the caves. Is that true? I'm pretty sure we did. Well, we sort of took damage in the arcade, but maybe that doesn't count. This is Blood Clot, damage, and range up. Damage up is good, range up doesn't do much. And here we have Guppy's Tail. So since if we had any other Guppy items, I would probably pick it up. So Guppy's Tail is the one that spawns more golden chests. So that's pretty bad for us right now, just because we don't actually have... since we don't actually have any keys. But if we had any other Guppy items, it would make it more possible for us to become Guppy, which is good. Really, this Holy Shield thing is incredibly good, though. I shouldn't walk on those without having the shield, so let's bring back the shield. Use Are You a Wizard? Don't actually know what it does. And this way I'm probably not even gonna find out, unfortunately. Oh, this is Liberty Cap. Liberty Cap, touch, fuzzy, get dizzy. That's a reference to Yoshi's Island. We got dizzy. Let's go back, cheat the game. Another Are You a Wizard? Don't actually know what it does. I think Liberty Cap gives us the effect of a random mushroom on each single room. So sometimes that's a damage up, sometimes that's a tears up, and I think that's what it does anyway. Anyway, we will take our soul hearts and move on to the next floor. Get a little bit of coffee in between. And on we go. We unlock Samson! Alright, so maybe he's not bugged. Maybe that's a part of the patch? I'm not actually sure. One thing that could be happening is that when we got those achievements for not taking damage on 2 floors, we got them after beating the boss. But apparently unlocking Samson requires us to actually go further than that. And not take any damage on the rooms altogether. So, I mean... damage taken after dealing with the boss, maybe it doesn't count, something like that. No tinted rocks. I think I can do something like this, yeah, if I want to go over there. And I guess I may as well. This battery could become useful. Oh! That was unexpected. I can go in here. Maybe I okay, so this is a Bible. The Bible one-shots Mom and Mom's heart, which might actually be better for us. It also freezes all enemies in a room, like on an ordinary room, if I remember correctly. That might actually be better for us than Yumheart, simply because we're not actually using Yumheart very much. So this is steps 1, right? Yeah. So I'll probably... oh, it's bad damage. I'll probably come back for... yeah, I'm not sure actually, because Yumheart... yeah, we're gonna lose our soul hearts eventually, I think. And then Yumheart will become useful. But being able to one-shot Mom and Mom's heart, I think it's Mom, both Mom and Mom's heart. It might only be Mom. Being able to do so, of course, means that we will take less damage to begin with. And it's hinted rocks. Nope. not as far as I can tell. Still takes me a while to actually look for those, and I'm sure that I'm still actually losing out on some of them by not actually finding them. So if we find an arcade, we should probably make use of all of these batteries. Charging brimstones more slowly than I expected right there. In our challenge room, what do we have? 2 golden chests. Not useful for us. Definitely wanna... I didn't go to the item room yet, so that's the first thing I want to do with the single key that I have. And the only thing I'll be able to do with the single key that I have, I guess. This is X-ray glasses. X-ray vision. I've seen everything. That tells us where the secret room, where the secret rooms are. So that's super useful. This room is ridiculous. Get rid of that fire first, and then go back to ensure that we only go through that room as many times as we have to. And here's a very similar room, so we will apply the same logic again. There's our secret room. Whoops. Okay, so this time around the skeleton didn't actually spawn a turret, it just spawned a tarot card, which is Judgment, and Judgment I'll just pop down immediately. Oh, that kind of Judgment. And this is Mom's Pearl, which gives us more soul hearts, which is probably better at this point because we really want soul hearts. So how do we want to do this is the question. In the original, you could like play a blood bank and the Devil Judgment at the same time. By using invincibility frames. I'm not sure if that's actually possible here, but there's only one way to find out, right? It certainly looks like it's not possible. So let's try that again. Oh, maybe it is possible. I think I played both of them there. And now I can use Yum Heart, and the idea was that I have so much health lying around on this floor that I should be able to get something good out of this. So Greed is in our secret room. Good to know that he can still spawn in here. I don't think we saw him here before. Guess some gold. And I don't see any tinder rocks. So I don't want to go too crazy on these two guys, but I will definitely go as crazy as I as I can. So right now, since I don't want to backtrack all the way down here, let's just pop a single heart into those guys. Go pick this up. So in this way, we're gonna get a bunch of money, and also eventually, hopefully anyway, an item from the Devil Beggar. That room wasn't actually too bad, although it did take a little bit of concentration for me to go through it. Get a free key, and move on. Now I will actually have to go through the room up there, the scary room, several times. So this is gonna take a while, and in particular it will take a while compared to how much we actually get out of it. But that is the way I want to play this game. I mean, really min-max as much as possible. Why did I take damage? Maybe one of those, yeah, okay. Those are scary. And they do a full heart of damage as well. Scary stuff. But also really good to know. This is steps part 1. Okay, so let's take our boss fight first, even though we're gonna waste a charge on our Yum Heart. I'm not sure that's gonna be too detrimental. Okay, so no good stuff for us there. The cage. We met the cage before and it went alright. We don't have too much damage right now. That's the only thing. We have Brimstone though, so we can sort of play a little bit safely, stay away from him. And it seems like most of his attacks, the most scary attacks, are only scary if you're kind of too close. In particular, the actual cage that he spawns seems like it would be scary, in particular with the low speed that we have. But as of right now, I don't see this becoming a big problem. We unlock Necropolis. I'm not sure that's a good thing, because in the original, Necropolis is like the difficult version of the depths, which I would rather not unlock. So this is Crew we had before. Shot speed up and tears up. Tears up is definitely good. Shot speed up, I imagine, it's not all that useful. We see 9 lives here. I'm not gonna pick it up. It sets our total number of red heart containers to 1 and gives us 9 lives, so that if we die, we spawn again with a single red heart. Which seems like it would be super useful, but it's actually not, because if you lose a red heart, it's more often than not because you're facing a different or a difficult boss and you're just gonna die over and over again. And then having 9 lives doesn't actually help you at all. What it does though is that it gives you a guppy item, And having guppy items is super useful, because you might become guppy if you have enough of them. Okay, we got a bottle of pills here, which is terrible because our pills are all bad. But we have so many red hearts here that we may as well go a little bit crazy on this thing. I think we can only use it once. We can't like use invincibility frames to trick it or anything like that. I'm not sure how much health we have around us on this floor. Also, I'm not really sure what I'm going to actually use all of this money for. But let's come back and see. We have at least this thing. And we also get some more from the battery up here. So there's essentially no reason... Oh, and we didn't actually go in here. There's a single black heart. No reason to not pick that up. Yeah. So I'm gonna assume that we have 1.5 heart remaining on the floor. Oh, I think the fanny pack spawns stuff every time we take damage. Right, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Which is then super good for what I'm trying to do right here. Okay, so at this point I'm gonna... Let's just take this to be on the safe side. Then we're not wasting too much time. There's one red heart. Did I leave more batteries behind is the question. I think there was maybe something in the shop. Like a battery is the same as a 1 health right now. No. But I did leave the Bible behind. Is the Bible better than the Yum Heart is the question. You know what, I'm gonna pick it up. Oh right, it allows us to fly for a single room. That's also pretty good actually. I think the Yum Heart is still gonna be better though, because we can kind of trick the game as we did on this floor. I'm definitely not buying any of the other stuff. Could buy the bomb, but there's not really any point. And since we will probably get a full charge of the Yum Heart before we lose all of our other health. Okay, we unlocked the blood bag. That's pretty good. I thought that we actually had the blood bag already unlocked, but apparently not. So now the blood bag is something that in vanilla spawns when you play the blood bag enough, and it's health up and a speed up. So it's a lot better than the IV bag, which is just a portable blood machine, blood bank. So happy to have that unlocked. Oh, even though I thought that I had already. Good thing that we had the holy shield right there, and on we go. Alright, even forgot about this one. I'm not gonna go back again, it's gonna be super annoying. Didn't want that. Okay, interesting run so far. We haven't run yet, but we have a lot of good stuff going for us. I think we should be able to beat Mom's Heart at this point, unless we get completely screwed. Okay, we are actually in Necropolis now, which is the more difficult version of... I don't have my shield, do I? Seems like I don't have my shield. I have my shield now. So Necropolis is a more difficult version of the depths, which I'm not too happy about, obviously. Oh, I think we actually beat the room. And music is different, which is cool. And it's also actually the first more difficult version of the floor that we see. Like the basement and the caves also have more difficult versions of themselves. Why do I have so many ranged down pills? That's ridiculous. But I don't think we saw those yet, so I'm not sure why the game thinks that we should have Necropolis first. And I'm not exactly too excited about it. But okay, we will play the cards that we're dealt. It's essentially what this entire game is about. I will walk on all of those fillers just because they can spawn tarot cards as we found. Wheel of Fortune could become super useful. Ha! I like this room. It's like some kind of tower defense-y room where you're facing different waves of enemies. I will go in and pick this up. Because why not? Get a ton of money that I can use on my Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune spawns a what's it called? One-armed. What's it actually called? A slot machine. I think we can blow this guy up and maybe get some good stuff as well, since we have so many bombs. Okay, he spawned a few pennies, not really all that useful. So definitely not worth 2 keys going into that room in this particular case. We can also, of course, no, we cannot go into our boss challenge room yet, but eventually, if we get another like arcade, we will be able to. What is that? Seems really cool. Jera, I think that's... Oh, what is that? Abundance. Should I use it, or should I wait to a room with combat on it? I'm gonna use it. It doubles all the stuff in the room, if I had to guess. Yeah, we have 2 Wheels of Fortune. That seems super interesting. I could definitely... okay, so it's obviously a waste to take it when I did. But I could definitely see that becoming useful at some point. So this game is even more about min-maxing than the original was. No doubt about that at this point. Oh, this is bad. I'm gonna fly. Hangman card allows me to fly for a single room, and this is as good a room as any to use that. I should probably go back for my slot machine. I will do eventually. The thing about the Hangman is you can always use it to get consumables that are like above gaps if you cannot fly already. But in my case I could use it to not take damage, and I think that's even more important. The chariot is also really good for not taking damage. Do we have any marked rocks on this floor? Or on this room? I don't see any, but that was an easy way to check. This was probably also a good room to use my Hangman card if I wanted to. Go up here, check what that is. So Necropolis is not too scary yet. It seems like the rooms are fairly familiar to the ones we've already seen, but I feel a little bit more scared somehow. The Emperor card I will definitely... Yeah, how do I want to play this? I probably want to bring the Emperor card with me, so I'll use my slot machines on this floor. And this is Mulligan, so that means that I spawn flies when I deal damage, which is fantastic. This is a scary room, because all of these fires can shoot bullets, and that's a little bit unpredictable. But I think we are gonna make it out all right. And also there's a good chance to get some tarot cards in here, but just because there are so many skeletons. We can also spawn a bunch of turrets, of course. Turrets are pretty easy to deal with at this point. And we have another abundance card. Or what's it called, Jera? I think that's one we unlock by completing the challenge on the previous... Oh, it's another devil beggar. How do I want to do this? Tower spawns bombs, not all that good. Chariot I could actually use to cheese the devil beggar a little bit by using my invincibility to get stuff out of him. So at this point, this room is completely chaotic as far as min-maxing goes. There's way too much stuff that I need to think about. Nun's Habit is super useful with Yum Heart. It means whenever I take damage, I get charges on my Yum Heart. So now I'm happy that I kept my Yum Heart. So essentially, it's not infinite health because eventually I will take more damage from enemies, but essentially it doubles the actual value of our red heart containers. All right, I'm gonna play that devil beggar. But before I do so, let me just go to the rest of the rooms, see if I can do something fancy with a blood bank like I did on the previous floor. At this point, it's probably not even necessary. Yeah, let's pick that up. Save a little bit of time. I do not intend to lose all of my soul hearts. Anyway, why are we getting so many soul hearts? Oh, it's because we have Mom's Pearl. Good stuff. So we also found our secret room. Actually, I'm wasting charges on the Yum Heart by doing it this way. So let's just quickly use our Yum Heart here. No reason not to do it that way. Okay. There's another full charge. Okay, so I'm gonna lose more charges by not going back to the devil beggar, but this is gonna take forever if I wanna min-max it completely. Yeah, let's check for another tarot card. So, okay. This is Necropolis 2. So first thing first, let's go back and play these slot machines, since they're close. I'm not gonna bring them with me anyway, because they're not really that good. That's one of them, and that's the other one. So let's just pop them both down. Do it a little bit faster. Get some soul hearts out. It's a push pin. That gives us a piercing shot. doesn't really matter since we have brimstone. It doesn't actually pierce. This is a little bit ridiculous. So I don't have time to actually read all of these. In the original, they don't actually mean much. So I'm doing this only to get soul hearts. And, I mean, we had the Juror thing lying right there, right? So every single soul heart is gonna get doubled. I'm not gonna have time to actually use all of these. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. So I think we just won, essentially. We probably won a while ago, but now we really won. I'm not gonna be able to use money for... Maybe one of these is a judgment card. No, this is a Hierophant. That's also ridiculous. I should have kept that for later, maybe. I don't even know at this point. Now let's just go crazy here and see how insane we can actually make this room. So let's use Jera. Okay, Emperor is good. 2 of clubs doubles our bombs. 2 of clubs quadruples our bombs this way around. Missing page, I think. Something like if we take damage on a room, then we're gonna deal damage to enemies, something like that. We've got a bunch of tarot cards. Emperor. Cartridge. Not sure what that does. The Emperor again. AAA battery probably has something to do with charging, so maybe I want to stick with that. Now I'm gonna stick with Mom's Pearl just because I'm relying somewhat heavily on having... I'm gonna go with battery just to figure out how it works. Hookworm, how does that work with Brimstone? Silily? Yeah, I'm gonna go with the battery. Whatever it does. Chariot, 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 chariot. How crazy should we go? Is the question. We definitely want to get something out of this devil beggar up here. And the best way to get something out of the devil beggar is by playing him a lot. Unfortunately, he's a little far away. Which card was this again? The Emperor. I think I want to bring the Emperor card with me. Unfortunately, I can only bring one of them. So I'm gonna use... Okay, I can actually double here as well. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna use... the No, I don't want to use the Turk. Okay, I want to use this thing here, because then I have 4 Chariot cards. And every time I use a Chariot card, I can go crazy on this guy without actually losing any health. So this should be a guaranteed payout eventually. Another Chariot card. I want to use one of the Chariot cards on the boss fight. This is Safety Cap. I think that spawns more pills. And so that's super bad for us. Okay. And Magician's also pretty bad. How many Chariot cards do we have left in here? Only 1. Okay, but I have more Chariot cards lying behind. So let's just use our ordinary hearts here. Because we have Yum Heart charged. And okay, we actually won. So there's Rod Rage Speed, which is fantastic, and Range Upgrade, which does nothing at all. And we got a Tarot Cards, which is 2 of Hearts, which is also pretty good. But I will take Tarot Card into the Mom boss fight. But then I can't actually get out, so maybe I want to bring the Emperor card, actually. Where did I put that? 2 of Hearts doubles our current hearts, which is also really good. But I think the Emperor card is going to be better. Just because anything that has to do with our red hearts doesn't actually do all that much at the moment. Oh, there was our... Oh, wait, yeah. Just forgot my own logic. May as well pick this up. Did we go into our shop yet? Yeah, we did. Okay, we cannot do anything in there. Let's just... I probably forgot something, but at this point it doesn't really matter all that much. So 45 minutes and we haven't even beaten Mom yet. So it's probably a good time to use the Chariot card. Wait, why did I bring my Chariot card? I wanted to bring the Emperor card. Maybe I remember picking up the Emperor card, specifically thinking that this is the one I wanted to bring. But maybe something must have gone wrong there at some point. What is this? Placental Regeneration? I had that before, plus health up. And we're gonna get another health upgrade by means of this Eternal Heart. Are there any marked rocks in here? Apparently not. Doesn't really matter either. And a bunch of red chests. Telepills, which teleport us into the same room that we're in. Maybe it's not actually telepills, the effect. Maybe it's just teleport into the devil room. There's, by the way, always a rock behind Satan here that you can walk on if you want to. Bad gas is bad, but it's better than nothing. And spectral spider is also not all that useful. Can we walk out of this room? We cannot. Fair enough. On we go. Onto the womb. So I didn't play my cards optimally there, but that was a completely ridiculous floor. In the original, you could have hearts off the screen, in which case if I did so in this one, I would have like a billion red hearts at this point. Empress is pretty good. Thing is, do I have Whore of Babylon actually? I remember picking that up on one of these runs. Whore of Babylon? No, maybe not. I guess not. Yeah, the Empress card has the same effect as Whore of Babylon, where you turn into a demon for a single room. But normally with Whore of Babylon, you need to be under 1 health to actually do so. With the Empress cards, that's not necessary. Pretty easy room with Brimstone, probably also without Brimstone. Get some money. Oh, this is a tricky room. I took health, or I took damage twice, kind of. But I still have the shield, so I didn't actually. So I'm glad to have so many red hearts, because then our nuns have a jump heart combination is really going to shine later on if we ever get in a situation where it becomes necessary. So there's our secret room. So I'll go into. Can't actually do anything with all of these rocks. Okay, that's a lot of health. So if we come across an arcade, we could go crazy again. How does this work? I'm gonna probably use the soul heart finding out. Okay, that's ridiculous. I don't actually take damage from that. Normally you have to walk on this thing a number of times and then it spawns a chest eventually. I don't know if it has to be on the same... I mean, if you can go back in and out to actually do so. But I'm gonna find out. I'm not losing any health doing this. Seems like a pretty obvious exploit if it actually is one. Nothing seems to be happening. Normally it spawns a chest after some... maybe on average 4 hits. And since we're above 4 hits right now, we're beginning to approach a situation where I can conclude with 95% certainty that this is might not work. I don't think that's the way statistics actually work, but for the purposes of a Binding of Isaac Let's Play series, I think it's alright. Anything I'm leaving behind? I left a soul heart behind, so let's just go back and pick that up immediately. Wrong room. I don't think I want to spend too much time on this floor, because why should I? I'll probably use the Empress card either on... I'll probably use it on Mom's heart. Could also use it on Satan, but I'm still not guaranteed to actually face Satan. Death is a little bit tricky. It's the first time we meet him in Rebirth. We're spawning a ton of flies by having a mulligan and also our infested baby. So damage is not really a big problem here. We did take some damage though. Or really we didn't, because we had the shield, so... He spawns a lot of enemies. So, okay, that was not at all a problem. We get a cube of meat. And on we go. Cube of meat shields us from enemy bullets. And also does contact damage to enemies. I'm sad that I cannot pick any of these up. So, on to the final floor in the game, sort of. Last one was pretty fast, actually. Just looking at the timer, but the previous couple of ones definitely weren't. So, okay, so these special weird rocks here apparently can also spawn items. I don't think we have an item that does that for us, so... Umbilical cord. I forget what that does. I'm gonna go with battery just because it seems useful, even though I'm not really using my Yum Heart all that much. Maybe I should just use my Yum Heart once for the fun of it, see if I can figure out how the battery works. This is a scary room with our limited flexibility of moving here. There's a secret room. So we'll check for other stuff. That's a ranged down pill. And here's a ton of mushrooms. So let's just open those up, because it's free for us. Also want to blow up this guy just to figure out what can actually happen if you blow them up. Again, we get some sense. I think that's an outcome we've seen before. So we're not losing health on this, but we would have if we didn't have the shield. Oops, I didn't actually want to go into this room instead. But alright, let's just do it. Spawn some flies, take care of the enemies for us. Should be pretty easy. Alright, so we get a bunch of pills out of this. Paralysis. And something that we've actually not seen before. Bombs are a key. Okay, we have enough keys now, definitely. Are you a wizard? Still don't know what that does. I'm just gonna pop it and bring the Empress with me. So, check for mark rocks. Didn't actually find any. Let's go to speed up. That's pretty good as well. Might actually be better. At this point, I think I probably screwed up as far as picking the best possible trinket is concerned. I want that. But I guess I can pick it up for free. 2 diamonds doubles our money. Doesn't really do much. So let's get our shield back. Bring the Empress card with us into the Mom's Heart boss fight. And we should be good to go. Speed will be good against Mom's Heart because it's so bullet helly. That's my logic here anyway. Mom's Heart. Pop the Empress card immediately. Blow up these 2 guys. And go up here and try to get rid of this laser without taking too much damage. I haven't been hit yet. It's really cool that you can see when the laser will actually hit now in Rebirth. You couldn't do that on ordinary Isaac. You can tell just by the way its eye is facing. So now we just have to dodge. Kill these enemies, wait for Mom to come back again. Yeah. This pattern seems a little tricky. I'm not sure how to dodge that one in particular. Now I'm glad I have the speed up. There we go. Alright, we unlocked another ending. Everything is terrible. And we actually got a chance to go to Sheol again. So I'm happy to see that. So let's do exactly that. It seems like there's no reason really not to. And it would also be very silly from a gameplay mechanic perspective if there was. The game just got harder. Which is a good thing. I think we've had maybe a little bit too easy a time with this game so far. I mean, I've beat it, not every time, but what is it, like 5 out of 7 times? So, that's probably not a concern. I think the game also gets, so I think we beat Mom's Heart 5 times now, and I think it also gets more difficult again at 10 Mom's Heart kills. Let's blow up this guy. Could use our bombs later, but whatever. So this time around, I think... Oh shit, I hit these guys. This time around, the way we got lucky is just by having some things that work very well together, I think. Even though our individual items are also pretty good. Oops, we cannot kill those. Oh, annoying. Pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up. I'm beginning to get the hang of the various enemy patterns in this game, I'm feeling. That's super greed. It's like becoming two-shotted by us at the moment, which is fantastic. Steam Sail doesn't do anything at all at this point, but let's just pick it up anyway. Wonder what those guys actually do. Except look scary. Sky we also know. Want to stay away from him when he pops up. Touch his bullets. In case there are some enemies in here, let's just regenerate our shield and see what else we can do. The Empress again, that's perfect. Then I don't have to feel too bad about using it on the Mom's Heart boss fight. This guy's a new one though. It's like a Harbinger mechanic of flying against us there. Imagine he would be scary if we didn't have as much damage as we do right now. There is enough health for whatever we would want to do. Pestilence is a single, like, even though he's a boss on the basement, he's now just a normal enemy. I think we're pretty good. This is like health down, yeah. Anything we want to do? I don't think so. Let's just go into this. So let's see if I can actually time my bomb correctly this time around. 1, 2, now. Should be good. Oh, so close. Doesn't matter at all, but... Oh, we actually lost our shield already. That's pretty bad. Poor play anyway. But, and we took our first health. Now we took some even more health. Oh, I should pop... We took our first damage, I should say. And I should pop the Emperor's card to get some more damage myself. Now I just need to dodge this guy's shots. So when he does this thing where he like stretches up, he's always gonna fire downwards. So it seems like he's easier to dodge if you're like further away from him horizontally. From what I've been able to tell so far. I think we're pretty good though. Nothing can really go wrong here. Are taking a little bit of damage, but... Remember that our 6 hearts are actually... Wait, I think we're... Well, no, our 6 hearts are like 12 hearts, because every time we would take damage, we would lose 1 piece of it, but we would also gain 2 charges, I think, on the Yum heart. So... Yeah. Okay, so that actually, he killed himself there. We get an Eternal Heart, which I'm not really sure what to use for. And we unlock Guardian Angel, probably by beating Shoal as Maggie. So this ending we've seen before, so let's just check out the ending that we haven't seen before. It's a little silly that you have to do it this way. And we almost filled out our little picture there. Let's challenges, stats, endings. Ending 5.
Isaac!
Right, makes a lot of sense. Somehow that's the least scary of the endings I think we've seen so far. Alright, definitely making some progress in this game. It's so fun! You should go buy it. It's on Steam. It has been for a few days. If you haven't already. I imagine most people have it. I think it was actually the top seller on Steam for quite a while. I'm not sure if it still is. But for now, thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you some other time.